Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Worth It or Worthless. If you are new to my channel, have absolutely no idea what a Worth It or Worthless series is, this is where I come back and give you guys updates on all of my haul products. I pick and choose from different hauls that I have done and use and really test these products out for you guys. Some of these products may be months old that I just finally got around to using, or I have been using a lot and I just forget to show you guys either in a favorite, or I just want to genuinely tell you guys what I feel about these products. But first, before I get started, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you do like it. Helps me out tremendously. And let's get on with the video. Now, I do have baskets here throughout the months, and I just placed things in here that I do want to share with you guys. If a product is not shown in the series, I typically either show it in its own review, in its own take, or it is shown in one of my favorites videos. If it doesn't come in either one of those, it'll be in a Worth It or Worthless basket. So I am here with a lot of products for you guys. I'm really excited. I will try to swatch as much of the products as I am lifting my arms up right now. I'm going to try to swatch as much as I can. It is difficult because I don't want this video to be super long, so I kind of limit these products to at least like 10 products because I really go in depth with you guys about how I feel about them. So I'm going to start out with beauty tools. The first thing I want to share with you guys, I don't think I ever shared with you guys, but I purchased the Eco Tools Duo thing. I am sorry, I don't know if I got a wrong one, if I got a horrible one, if they redid this whole entire thing, but I do not like these at all. First of all, everyone hated this and I can understand why. But this one, as you guys can see, it's dirty because I just washed it, but it's still dirty. I've used this multiple times thinking that maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But even really saturated, this is hard. Like, this is not as soft as other beauty sponges from the drugstore that I have purchased that may be even cheaper than this. I like the cut of this that I can get under my eyes, around my nose. I like the big amount here where I could bounce it around, but I don't like it. I feel like this is hard and I kind of give myself a headache from bouncing this on my face. So I don't like it. I don't know if they redid these recently, but I tried this multiple times. Typically when I don't like a beauty sponge, they go to my kids. My kids love these. They like to take the ones on my desk. So I just give them the ones that I don't like. So these are going to go to my kids so they can play with. I wouldn't recommend them. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like them, but I personally have found so much better at the drugstore than those Eco Tools. And I love Eco Tool brushes, just not those. Next up is these it's Moda Prism. I don't even know what these artist brushes things. I hauled these a while back, and I'm not even going to lie to you guys. These were very intimidating, and I did not want to use them for a long time. Once I get into a routine, I just like it, and I was so afraid this was going to be horrible on my face. So let me get started. It comes in a packet of 4. I believe these are $20 at Walmart. I've only been able to find these at Walmart. There are other dupes and things for the Artiste brushes, but these are the ones that are at the drugstore that I was able to get my hands on, and I have to order online. So it comes with 4 different ones. I like the packaging of them. They're really pretty. They really stand out amongst all of my brushes, which I do appreciate. They are very flexible, but they're nice and light where they're not hard to use at all. Like, if you use them like this, they're really good to use. This one right here is like a detailed brush. This is the only one I really haven't used. I don't contour my nose, which some people say I should, but I'm going to try this out with cream contour, but I haven't, just because I really don't do it on a daily basis. But I feel like this one would be good for detailing if you do contour, to get in a corner highlighting, to get under your brow bone. So I do find uses for this. It's just personally I haven't used it yet, so I really can't attest if I really love this one or not. I'm going to start out with the next smallest one, which is this one right here. These are all dirty because I used them today, but I have washed them, and they're the most funnest brushes to wash. Like, I feel like I am petting my cat, like an actual cat, because I rub my fingers through them just to make sure I get all the stuff out of them, and it's just so nice to wash these. I really like washing these. I like washing brushes in general, but these are fun to wash, for me at least. So they wash perfectly fine, and I have no fallout, no bristles falling out of them. They're really good even when you wash them, and I'm pretty rough with these. But anyway, going back, this one I love to use with my any type of base that I use on my eyes. I always use a Maybelline Color Tattoo as a base, as a primer for my eyes, and this one is so perfect for it. I just swirl it into the actual little pot here. I swirl it in there and it just deposits the color tattoo so nicely. I don't have to stick my fingers in them. I don't get gunk under my nails. I don't have to use a brush and it really gets gunked up. Like, this is so good for that. I love this one for it. And it is so gentle on my eyelids. It doesn't really tug. I don't feel like, even though this is drying on me, it really does grab a nice deposit and blends it really nice on my eyes. So yes, I love this one a ton, and I will always have that one because I always use a color tattoo for all of my bases. So yes, this is one of my favorite, very, very top favorites. Next is the one that goes up like this. This one I find myself using a ton, especially now in the winter time. If you have ever seen my foundation routine for the winter time, I typically use a liquid or cream highlighter to mix with my foundations because they become way too matte in the winter time for me, like dead of winter, like even now. So this one I've been using to swirl into a cream highlighter that I'm constantly using, and I just deposit it on my face and it is beautiful. Again, I don't have to use a finger to go into my cream highlighter, and sometimes brushes like my stippling brush, what I would typically use in a cream highlighter, the bristles would fall into the cream highlighter and then it would get disgusting after a while. Like, I'd have to get my tweezers to pull out the bristles. This doesn't do that, since there's no fallout on these, and I just swirl it. Oh, it is perfect. I'm really tempted to buy a second set of this. I'm not even joking with you. This is how much I love them and how scared I was to use them. I'm such an idiot for not using these earlier. The final one is the big one. This one I have been using for foundation. I used it today. It is the quickest way to do my foundation. I dot it, I blend, and it is just like the satisfying feeling of just gliding this on your face. I love this for my foundation. Now you have to be careful with those foundations that are very full coverage, because with a beauty blender it shears it out. These don't. The product doesn't seep in here, so it's really spreading the product nicely on your face, so you can't put too much on, but it really does a nice job. Like, now that I'm constantly in a rush to hurry up, I only have 15-20 minutes to do my makeup. This is so much faster than any beauty sponge that I have, and I do like the finish. I'm wearing it today. I use this today and I love it. I really, really do love it. So if you're wondering about the set, I say definitely worth it. If you are using cream products constantly and you just don't want to dab your fingers in any pots and things, these come in handy so well. I feel like these work amazing with any cream or liquid product. So since I do, I love these. Love these. So yes, highly recommend those. A highlighter that I have been using is this one. This is the Benefit Dandelion in Twinkle. I purchased this last year. I knew I could only use this in the fall winter time because it is more of a pinky toned highlighter. Whenever I saw anybody review this, they said this had sparkle and glitter. I don't find that to be the case. It's like this soft, subtle glisten to it. But I have used it over and over. I've packed this on to make sure that there was no fallout. I got no glitter fallout. I got nothing all over the face. It didn't look like I was a glitter bomb when I was outside. I felt like this was a more of a in between a subtle highlight and an extreme. It's like right in the middle, but it is a nice everyday. As you guys can see, you barely can really see it being like super out there. I like it. I really do like it. I don't find that this has that much glitter or shimmer that most people have kept stating that this had. I don't think so. I like it. I really do like it. If you don't like that glisten to your highlight and you just want more of like a subtle highlight, like super subtle, don't go for that one. But if you don't like something extreme, like one of those gelée type of formulas, this might be something you might like. This is very cool tone, like it's more of a pinky, not super white, but it is more of a pinky base, but it doesn't show pink on your cheeks is what I love about it. It doesn't show that streak of pink. So I like it, and I'm surprised I do like it because I'm not a fan of pink highlighters, but that one isn't so pink where I can pull it off, and I do enjoy it. So I say it is nice. If you like those things that I mentioned, I think you'd like it. If you don't, stay away from it. It's probably not yours. Not something for you. This blush this was the birthday blush, the Party from Tarte. I like this. This formula has changed. Over the years, Tarte has made these softer. This is a very, very soft, everyday type of blush. A lot of people like this one. It is an everyday blush. I do like it. It really shows up on my skin. It blends really nice. I've enjoyed it. If I don't want to think about my blush, this is something I would reach for. It's a great travel one. Hey, it's for free. It's for your birthday. I think it's worth it. A palette I wanted to share with you guys. I bought the Carly Bybel the new one. Remember how I purchased this one for a friend of mine and for myself? So this is what it looks like here. This one is just as nice as her other one. My take, like, these are very, very beautiful. The difference between her old one and the new one is you're getting a little bit more shades. You're getting more of the highlighters down here, which I rarely use in all honesty, just because they're super metallic-y. So I only use these for like my eyes, or I have to be very, very subtle with them. This is a great palette. The quality is there for the cost. It's really beautiful. My thing is, if you have her first one, you don't need to get the second one. Because I wanted to compare due to my channel, that's the reason why I purchased the second one. But I don't feel like you need both. It's very repetitive. I felt like if she was going to come out with another one, she should have came out with one that had all different colors, different highlighters, so on and so forth. That's just my opinion. But it is beautiful. If you didn't get the first one and you want to try the second one, the quality is still there. It is beautiful. It's an everyday palette. I do like it's a nice mauve tones, nice everyday shades. Highlighters can be a little bit too much for a lot of people, but you can use those as eyeshadows, inner corner highlights. There's different things you can use them for, but it is a great quality. Is it worth it? If you don't have the first one and you want the second one, or you want to try BH Cosmetics because you never tried them, you want to support her, those are the reasons why I say if it's worth it. If you have the first one and you're contemplating on the second one, you don't need the second one. Seriously, you can just deal with the first one, and it is, you probably couldn't even tell that you're missing some of the shades. But it is a beautiful palette. I am getting use out of it, especially for those times where I just don't want to think about things, or I'm doing makeup on someone else. I think it's a great palette to use. So some of the shades are a little bit crumbly, but that's what you get with BH Cosmetics. There are ways to work around it. Foil it with some Fix Plus or use glitter glue, and that should solve the problem with that. And it is a great quality product. I like it. A blush that I purchased while I was on vacation during the summer months. This is the MAC Prolongwear Blush in Blush All Day. I got this at a CCO. Ooh, this is a beautiful everyday type of blush. This reminds me very much of the Tarte blush, to be honest with you. They may be very similar. Yeah, they're very, very similar. So there you go. You guys don't have to spend on a Prolongwear blush from MAC, but this is a beautiful formula. I personally, I don't know if you guys can probably see that, but I do like the MAC blushes in general. Prolongwear blushes last a very long time on me, especially since I have oily skin. Most of the time, the first thing that goes is my blush and my highlighter. My bronzer kind of dissipates towards the end, depending on how much I pack on, but this is a great blush. I'm happy I found it at the CCO. I'm happy it was gifted to me. It is a great one. This is another one that I have been using if I don't want to think about it, if it's just a natural everyday look. I'm not using anything but mascara. It's a really nice blush. I'm sad to say that MAC's blushes are very underrated now. They used to be so hyped up and now everyone forgot about them, but they are a great blush formula. So this, I think, is worth it. If you find it at a CCO, even better. I think that is a permanent color. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys know I'm not a follower of MAC at all. Highlighters. I have two highlighters. These are the e.l.f. ones that I hauled. This is the shimmering highlighter in Sunset Glow and Starlight Glow. I have been using these a ton, really putting these to the test. So this is what both of them look like here. This one is the Sunset Glow. This is the Starlight Glow. So this is the lighter one. This is the more champagne-y color. These are powdery when you apply them, when you swatch them, but they are a nice subtle highlight. They are not super potent. These are more like an everyday type of highlighter. I do like them. They did last on my cheeks. They didn't completely disappear. They kind of faded a little bit, but they still were there at the end of the day. Both colors are beautiful, and there isn't such a huge differentiation between the two colors that I purchased, but I do like both of them. You will get a massive amount of powder kick-up. You know how e.l.f. products are, but these are really good. For $6, I would recommend these for somebody who is a teenager, who's starting out with makeup. They are testing out the waters when it comes to highlighters. These can be built. You can foil these if you wet your face and then put these on top. They'll definitely be more glowing. But as far as them being dry, they're more of a subtle highlight. I feel comfortable wearing these as an everyday highlighter. And I do like them because they did last on my cheeks, and that's another issue I have because I have oily skin. So would I recommend these? Yes, these are actually not bad for e.l.f. They're actually pretty good. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a highlighter, for $6, these are actually pretty good. Two more highlighting palettes and we're done. The first one is this ColourPop I Think I Love Your Face. I Like Your Face. Remember these? The one that fell out of its packaging? Yeah. So these are a whole different ballgame. These are very, very strong highlighters. Like, these are potent. If you don't like, look at the difference between the e.l.f. on the top and these are the ColourPop. See, and I barely put my fingers in them. These are very, very highlighty. You have to be careful with them if you don't like a super highlighty. These are not glittery. They don't have any shimmer to them. They're more of that, how do I describe this? Like that firmly pressed type of powder, but you get a lot of payoff with these. I have used all the colors. I can't use these three right here all by themselves, but I have mixed them with these three. These three is obviously my favorite, but I'll mix them and I'm able to pull them off. If you lightly place your brush in here and then put them on your cheeks, you can get a subtle type of sheen. You're still going to get a noticeable highlight, but it's not going to be super potent. These blend really nice on the cheeks. They do last a very long time. These are strong highlighters. These are a soft type of powder, so you're going to get a lot of payoff. So if you like that type, this isn't bad. Keep in mind, you saw how mine fell out because they're super soft. These are not packed in there well enough. You know, they mass produce these to make them go quickly, like to use them up quickly. I don't even know if this is even available still, but I did like it. I did like it. It was for those days where I wanted a popping highlighter because it's strong, but it's a nice variety. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a high-end highlighting palette that has a variety of colors, I'd go with something like this because you get the variety. You can mix and match and see what you like, so that way you can use your knowledge to buy something more expensive, more better quality than this. This isn't bad, but it is very, very strong, and I always have to be careful with this palette so none of them break or fall out again. But I did like it. I did like it, and I still have used it. I had to actually make myself stop using it because the colors are beautiful, and I didn't feel like it was crumbly on my face either, which I liked. Last but not least is my Sephora Illuminating Palette. This one, believe it or not, is more of a subtle highlight. I was expecting this to be what ColourPop was. Like, I expected these two palettes to be swapped for some reason. This is a beautiful highlighter. If you did not like what I said about this being potent in your face type of highlighters, this is something you would like. These are a whole different ballgame. These are more of a soft powder highlight. These are not at all as the ColourPop are. These are very, very densely packed, so you're not going to get a lot of payoff on your fingers when you swatch these. You do have to build these up, but these are more subtle. They are beautiful on the cheeks. This one is more, I would, if somebody with mature skin was asking me which one would you like more, I would tell them this one, because this one's not going to accentuate as much of your texture, any type of imperfections that you have on your face. This one I feel like is more forgiving as far as their payoff, as far as the way that they wear. This one is really pretty. I was very, very surprised for how I built these up, that it didn't make my face look horrible. I was afraid of this one because I thought this one was going to be the ColourPop kind, and it really isn't. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I am very, very surprised that this is not getting as much hype as the other ones are, because as you guys can tell, like, that's just beautiful. Look at the difference between these and these. Like, that is potent. These are just more subtle and beautiful. Like, I feel like if, for instance, my mother was looking for a palette with variety but didn't want to spend the money on something high-end because she's not going to get use out of it as often, but she still wanted something for those just in case type of moments, this is something I'd give her. This is a beautiful palette. I really did like it. It's very underrated, but I say this one is worth it if you're looking for more of a subtle highlighting palette. Don't want to spend an arm and leg. I believe this one was no more than 20 bucks. And this one was maybe around the same price. I can't even remember. Maybe 16. I don't remember. But these are almost the same price. This is more in your face. This one's more subtle, more everyday type of wear. But I did like both of them. They're both really good. They just have their own occasions and their own purposes in my collection. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my Worth It or Worthless. I told you guys I minimize it to the at least 10 products, so that way, because I do go into detail with these. Let me know if you guys like this series. I know a lot of you guys enjoy when I do this. I try my best to use as much of my products as possible, so that way if you guys are interested in something, I can review it or get to it quicker than other things, because I know some things you probably forgot that I even purchased because I haven't showed it in a while. But surprise, some things are always found in my Worth It or Worthless. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in my next video. And don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear. Bye, guys.